We're at Manchester Piccadilly, and look, there's 2 Pride trains behind us. That's
double the Pride.
That's cool.
I don't know whether they planned that, but it's very interesting.
I know. Let's hope we can pretend like they did. But we're a little less fortunate because we have to get that train.
Oh god. And the previous one that we missed because of your delays was a 195, so it would have been a lot better.
I'm quite late today. I've been hit by a lot of delays coming here. Anyway, what are we actually doing here is probably the more important question to be asking right now.
We're going to be exploring some of the stations in the Peak District, going down to Buxton. I think on this one we're going to go to New Mills Central and walk to New Mills, is it Newtown?
Yes, because we want to do both the New Mills stations because we haven't done either of them yet.
And it's beautiful weather.
Never been down the Buxton Line, so this will be my first impressions. So, on board this beautiful 150 to New Mills Central, which we're going to take to New Mills Central. So I did say in the intro I was a little delayed getting here. Yeah, so it's actually about 2:30 right now, filming the beginning of this video, a bit later than I normally do, because, well, I've come from Lincoln because university, and yeah, I made a change, and the connecting train I was going to was completely full to the brim and I couldn't get on. So I was significantly delayed. I had to go via like Leeds and stuff instead of Sheffield, and now I'm an hour later than I would have hoped, but we've still got plenty of time, we'll be fine. Well, we left Ashbury's, and by complete coincidence we bumped into a Fiona and a Chloe, so yes. Hello, good afternoon. We've got more people joining the party. I mean, you're leaving at Brinnington though, aren't you? So, yeah. Right, well.
For you.
Also happening to be filming, go subscribe to Fiona, good videos. Yeah. Right, well, enjoy Brinnington, the pair of you. Stay safe, and yeah.
We'll try.
Yeah. Alright, see ya. Right, well that was all very fun. Let's get out at New Mills Central. Well, first impressions wise, New Mills looks quite nice. So, there's a light for the Tours Millennium Walkway. I don't know anything about it, but
my
there
Google
you are.
Maps is saying go this way, but there's a sign pointing that way. Do I trust my Google Maps or do I...
Do we follow the New Mills Newtown signs or Google Maps? That's the
well,
the
this way
dilemma.
is the Tours Millennium Walkway, so that sounds fun.
Should we do that?
If we get lost, worst
We've
case
got like
scenario.
half an hour until the train out of Newtown, so yeah, let's give it a shot. This road could do with a little bit of a resurfacing. Look at this bridge, this is so cool. Right over some beautiful water. Well, New Mills is definitely quite nice from first impressions. New Mills is definitely a place we've been meaning to come for a while, isn't it? We've seen it passing by on trains a lot and thought like, ooh, that looks very nice. So yeah, finally we've come here. Right, here we are at New Mills Newtown. I've actually never been even through New Mills Newtown before, amazingly. I keep forgetting I've not done that. It's only ever New Mills Central. This is an entirely new track for me. The train to what the hell? Nice. So we have about a 15-minute wait for a train now here, and it's time that we admit we don't actually have a proper plan for today yet. So we're trying to see how we're going to get the, I think there's 5 more after this station. I didn't know there were ones that missed duff holes. That's a surprise for me.
Find the gap between the train and the platform.
So, we made a plan at short notice.
I mean, I don't...
It's not the most efficient plan, but it should work.
Considering we're like a bit behind what we should have been, we kind of are racing against the sun before it sets on us.
But in the evenings, the Buxton Line is half-hourly, so it's a slight improvement. So first, we're going to go to Chapel-on-le-Frith. So, or as I should pronounce it in French, Chapel-on-le-Frith, because it has a very French name.
It does.
But looks very French. The views on this line are so good. Like, I mean, I knew they were nice, but like, yeah, I'm definitely impressed. Like, sort of Peak District scenery. It's very nice. Okay, Chapel on the Frith. Cool, we're making good progress. We were on 150, 125. I didn't even notice when we left. Oh my god, the one I updated the announcements for at Newton Heath a while back. I've actually not ridden it ever since I did that. Also, when I first saw this sign, I thought at a glance this said home of the Freddo. I was, no, it's home of the Ferodo, actually. Also, of course, mandatory to point out every time there is a line with it, semaphore signals on this line. There's a bug hotel at the station. Look at that. Wow. That is the first time I've seen a bug hotel at a station. This is the only one I know of. That's quite unique.
The fact that, like, from a big city like Manchester, you can get to places like this within an hour on train is great. Like, there are a few places that you can do that in London, but nowhere near as nice. But
this is a far superior place to be.
It is. It's nice to be in the countryside.
Here's the history poster in the waiting shelter if you wish to screenshot it and read it for yourself. Okay, well, the train going the other way is in about 2 minutes from now. Yep, 15:58. We're at the time of the day now where it's half hourly to Buxton instead of hourly. So, yeah, slightly improved frequency times should... so despite the fact I was slightly late here today, it can kind of make up for the fact because of the half-hourly frequency instead. These views out the window are definitely improved by the sort of sunsetty lighting. It's very nice. This is a very scenic route. If you like scenic routes, come to the Buxton Line. So our next destination after Chapel on the Frith is Furness Vale, which is, well, the next stop down, actually. Not the next stop after Chapel on the Frith, but the next stop, like, right now.
Go faster, please.
Yeah, forgot the door was stiff. We're both in position for all of our camera needs. I'm here at level crossing, Nat's up on the bridge. So while we have about 20 or so minutes to kill at Furness Vale, let's have a little wander around the place. Apparently there's a canal near here or something. This is a very echoey bridge I found myself under. Wow. I love canals. They're very just peaceful and nice. Well, when they're not in the middle of a city, that is. You can actually see the Hope Valley line from up here, back there, yeah, up here, back there, everywhere, yeah. Hope Valley line is visible from Furness Vale, which we did not realise until we came here. That's fun. So after Furness Vale, our plan is to go to Dove Holes. But the problem is with Dove Holes we've got about a 7-minute turnaround based off the train times. Because Dove Holes is still hourly, it doesn't get any extra half-hourly service in the evenings. And it was delayed when we came in here.
By like 3 minutes, but
yeah.
Now it's magically...
Although now it seems to magically be on time again, so I don't know.
Well,
but...
according to RTT, it is on... Well, I think it was like 1 minute late, like not long ago, so it's made back this time.
Let's hope it stays that way. I don't want to have to do a very stressful, tight connection. I don't know what the hell happened there. When seeing that 150 in the distance, briefly, my eyes just like saw a pacer rather than a 150.
You see what you want to see, Nick. You prefer a pacer over a 150.
No, I don't really. I will admit they are better. Next up on the agenda is Dove Holes.
I don't know why we're going into the holes of the Dove, but...
No, Interesting. Will we make the 7-minute turnaround on our slightly already delayed train? Let's find out. Okay, so we seem to be still mostly on time. I think we've been able to actually make back some time on this train, so we just need to cross the bridge and then we're safe. 7-minute connection complete. Right, it turns out we are 1 minute late, so we have 6 minutes, but I think we can cross a bridge in 6 minutes, to be honest.
You said there was a footbridge, we've got to go all the way round!
I did say that. I didn't notice we had to go all the way around. Okay. I didn't quite realise that we had to go all the way around like this to cross the bridge. This is a bit mad. Maybe 6 minutes actually is a good amount of time. I can't help but like hear the name of the station and end up thinking to myself of the song that's like, whoa, whoa, for the holes of a dove. That's what ends up entering my mind. Right, well, yeah, we did make it. There's the train there. Cool. Success. So we successfully did the turnaround. Good. Next up is Whaley Bridge. And then after that is Buxton. And that's the entire line done from New Mills. Whaley Bridge. All we have left now is Buxton. So immediately off the bat from the map, yeah, within the 10-minute radius there is some water. Shall we go to the water? So we had about 30 minutes to kill at the station because unfortunately we did just barely miss the next train going back the other way, but that was in the timetable, so we knew that was going to happen. So yeah, we get a little bit of time to explore around the Whaley Bridge sort of area. Well, we found some water. This is Brookfield Pond. This is quite pretty, but there is something a lot larger around here, water related as well, if we can actually find a way to view it. Yeah, there's a huge dam here that's having a lot of building work done for reasons I'm not entirely aware of, but yeah, there you are. Not every day you see one of those. Come to Whaley Bridge to see one if you really wish. Right, we've come back to the station. That was a nice dam that we couldn't really look at properly because it was behind some fences, but whatever. Let's get to the final stop, Buxton. Definitely beginning to get a bit dark now.
The sun has set.
Yes, the sun is, well, it has set now,
yes.
Yeah.
Well, we can't see it, so I assume it's set. It's
Yeah,
set
I'd
behind the
assume so.
hills.
It's going to be dark in Buxton, but we'll live. We can still see some of the sights, I guess. Okay, here we go. We're approaching some buildings over there on the side, and yeah, we're getting quite slow now. But I presume it means we're heading into Buxton. All right, we've made it. End of the line at Buxton Station. Right, so how the hell do we even get out of here? Everywhere is just like barriered up. It's like no proper way. Okay, we found it, never mind.
That's quite cool.
What's quite cool?
I don't know, just the hotel, everything.
Oh, yes. That does look quite grand.
Unfortunately, it's not ours.
No, I wish we were staying there, but no. The rail network used to actually be, well, Buxton and Matlock used to be connected by railways, but now I think you've got to get a bus between the two. But yeah, this wasn't always the end of the line. You used to be able to go all the way to the likes of Matlock. The clock has just struck 6, right as we're coming up the there's this like cool green hill in the centre of town. It's providing some rather nice views. I don't know how to set this up without us being like completely silhouetted in the background. I don't know.
You can interpret what we look like.
You can interpret
you know
that.
What we look like, right?
Yeah. I don't know how to work camera lighting things, but how's that for a background? That's cool.
If
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it'll be nicer in the day, but it's...
Yeah. It'd be
quite
nice if you could actually see our faces and stuff, wouldn't it?
Nah, they don't need to see our faces.
Nah. Oh well. Anyway, thank you for watching, and hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. And of course, a huge shout out to all my patrons and channel members listed on screen now. I don't have my usual mic setup at the moment, so I'm sorry if I sound a bit echoey. Best I can do.